Earth. This is a series of 5 videos about how evolution has come to its end. Its last tango, salsa, samba and merengue. What are we going to do in this video? We are going to answer 3 questions. The first question is, how does God work? The second question is, what does this mean? And the third question is, what are we going to do in the next video? So let's go to the first question. The first question is, how does God work? The answer is via principles, particles. As we can read in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, via principles plus particles God created the heavens and the earth. And of course this is an alternative translation. Normally the text is, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. So we can come to the conclusion that in the Greek word arche means therefore beginning, principle, particle, and so on. So the best thing in these days would be that they would use the word principle and particle, because it says a lot more in these days. We understand and see that in the dark Middle Ages of those period, around that time, that people could not use the word principle or particle in their translations, but it says everything nowadays. Let's go to point 2. What does this mean, God working via principles? Well, we can come to a conclusion in the form of 5 points. That 1, principles are everlasting rules that have a working effect in their essence and everlasting validity power, with as result a possible or certain reach or range. 2, principles can result in a reach or range, visible and invisible. 3, principles can only be discovered. They are not man-made. 4, principles can be distillated out of every event, case, situation, etc. And 5, eternal principles will always be verifiable, possible to be subjected to a check and balance, depending on time. Let's go to the next slide for the next sample. Genesis 1 verse 2 says, the earth now was null and void, or empty, and God's active force was moving to and fro over the surface of the waters. Well, we see here null, void, empty. And that's of course an open norm, since there was water and the active force was moving to and fro. So what is empty, if the Bible uses the word empty or null and void? It is of course an open norm. That's one of the conclusions we can come to. Another conclusion is that if we look at this mathematically, we can speak about an empty set. So the empty set mathematically is everywhere, also in God's residence and dwelling place, beyond the barrier of the multiverse. So at last we know now where the Creator resides. There's only one Creator, of course, the one who explains these things. He dwells beyond the barrier of the multiverse, and there the empty set is also present. And what did he do? He used something of his overcovering power or active force, beyond the level of it, and put something in the empty set, and then the power, the overcovering power, interacted with the upper layer of what was in the empty set, or what is called nothing. So we can see nothing as an open norm as well. And the result was an intra-working and extra-working, approximately 14 billion years ago. That's respecting our universe. It's of course a lot more when we speak about the multiverse. Let's go to point 3. What will we see in the next video, video 2, of the last tango, the last samba, the last salsa with evolution? We will see how, with principles, particles, via the logos, we come to concrete fields, such as biology, physics and chemistry. Logos, in John chapter 1 verse 1, means word, knowledge, relation, connection, and so on. Well, forgive me for not wearing my tie at the introduction of the video, the beginning of the video, but this is the end, so let's look forward to the next video. Thanks a lot, and well, always be sincere. Thank you. Bye-bye.